Hey everyone, and welcome to ICSE Vibe. I know the biology exam is literally tomorrow, so let's not waste any time. We're gonna do a super focused, high-speed revision to get you feeling confident and ready. Okay, so here's the game plan for this quick session. We'll hit the key chapters, figure out what the exam questions are really asking, look at the diagrams you absolutely have to know, share some smart strategies, and wrap it all up with a final pep talk. Let's dive right in. All right, first things first, we're starting with a lightning-fast sprint through the absolute must-know stuff from your most important chapters. Let's make sure this knowledge is locked in tight. Okay, let's jump into genetics. You know how genes are in pairs, right? Well, those pairs are called alleles. Think of it like this. A gene is the recipe for a trait, say eye color. The alleles are the different versions of that recipe you get, one from each parent. And how they combine, that's what decides the final result. And here's the classic that trips so many people up: genotype versus phenotype. It's actually really simple when you think about it. The genotype is the actual set of genes, the genetic code itself. The phenotype, that's the observable thing you can actually see, the physical characteristic that code creates. So one is the blueprint, the other is the building. All right, let's switch gears to plants. Ever wonder why roots are so ridiculously good at absorbing water? It all comes down to their design. Those tiny root hairs create a massive surface area, and their super thin walls make it easy for water and minerals to just soak right in. This is what kicks off that whole upward journey of water through the plant. So if the roots are absorbing the water, what's pulling it all the way up to the leaves? That's transpiration. It's basically the plant sweating. As water evaporates from the leaves through the stomata, it creates this incredible suction force, a kind of pull that draws more water up from the roots. It's like the plant is one giant straw. And things like a windy day, yeah, that just speeds the whole process up. Okay, let's talk about our own circulatory system. You know, the heart is a four-chambered pump, and arteries carry blood away while veins bring it back. But the real genius here? It's the double circulation. We have one loop for the lungs, the pulmonary circuit, and another for the rest of the body, the systemic circuit. This whole setup is crucial because it keeps the oxygenated blood totally separate from the deoxygenated blood. Super efficient. And rounding out our recap is the body's command center, the nervous system. The basic unit, the building block of it all, is the neuron. Now, the central nervous system is the big boss, made up of the brain and spinal cord. Think of it this way. The brain handles all the complex stuff, all the thinking and decision-making. The spinal cord, it's the expert on reflex actions, those lightning-fast reactions that keep you safe.
Okay, so we've got the key concepts down. But how are they actually going to ask you about this stuff in the exam? Let's switch gears and start thinking like an examiner.
Seriously, knowing what kind of question you're answering is half the battle won. It's all about giving them exactly what they're looking for.
First up, you're definitely going to see recall questions. These are the straightforward ones, just testing if you know your definitions. They're basically asking you to name something or define a term. The key here is to be short, sweet, and precise. Just give them the keyword they're looking for.
Then you've got your diagram-based questions. This is where you have to apply what you know. They'll give you a picture, and you'll have to label it or explain what's happening. It's not just about memorizing facts, it's about showing you understand how things work visually. Now, these are the tricky ones, assertion-reason questions. You have to be really careful here. They test not just what you know, but why it's true. You have to figure out if both statements are correct and if the reason actually explains the assertion. It's a real test of deep understanding, so take your time with these. Okay, let's talk about something that can be a real game changer for your score: diagrams. Getting these right is your visual blueprint for full marks. First on the list, the root hair. Now, I know it looks simple, but don't underestimate it. A big, clean, well-labeled diagram of this can really score you some easy points. Just make sure you get those key labels in there: cell wall, cell membrane, nucleus, and that big vacuole. Next up is a big one, the Malpighian capsule. This one comes up a lot. The absolute key detail to get right here is showing the afferent arteriole going in is wider than the efferent arteriole coming out. That difference in size is what creates the pressure for filtration. Nail that, along with labeling the glomerulus and Bowman's capsule, and you're golden. And of course, we can't forget genetics. You need to be ready to draw a full dihybrid cross. I'm not just talking about the Punnett square itself, I mean the whole shebang. Show the parent generation, the gametes they produce, and then how you get to that F1 generation.
It's the perfect way to visually prove you understand Mendel's laws.
Okay, so you know the content and you know which diagrams to practice. Now let's talk strategy. How do you walk into that exam hall and make sure you get every single mark you deserve?
I've got 4 golden rules for you. Number 1, draw your diagrams clearly. Use a pencil, make them big, and label them neatly. Number 2, underline your keywords. Help the examiner see that you know what you're talking about. 3, watch the clock. Don't get stuck on one section. And 4, and this is a big one, attempt every question. You never know when you might pick up a point or two.
All right, let's just take a second here. We've gone over the material, the questions, the strategies. Now comes the most important piece of the puzzle, your mindset. You've got this.
I want you to remember something. You have put in the work. You studied hard. All that knowledge is already in your head. So just trust yourself, stay calm, and go in there tomorrow and do your best. That's all that matters.
I really hope this last-minute run-through helped you feel a bit more prepared. We're here to support you all the way, so if you want more ICSE content, do us a favor and subscribe to ICSE Vibe. And I'll leave you with this one last thought. Forget about the exam for just a second. What's the one biological system that just blows your mind? Is it the brain? The heart? Whatever it is, hold on to that little spark of curiosity. Okay, go get some rest. You're ready for this? Good luck tomorrow.